give you my heart.
Kumusta mga boss? Welcome sa ating channel. So ang video natin ay ito. Pero bago yan, huwag niyong kalimutan mag-subscribe sa ating channel. So ito na nga, pakinggan at panoorin natin mga boss.
Mga kababayan at mga kaibigan, ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Thank you. Would the commander kindly give the tikas pahinga?
Tikas! Go!
Thank you. Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Defense Secretary Delphine Lorenzana, and the other members of the Cabinet, AFP Chief of Staff General Noel Clement, and the Major Service Commanders, the officers and enlisted personnel, and civilian employees of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, mga kasama ko sa gobyerno, mga kababayan. It is an honor for me to stand before the gallant men and women of the Armed Forces of the Philippines as we celebrate this milestone in your esteemed organization. Today, we celebrate more than 8 glorious decades of selfless service rendered by generations of valiant officers, enlisted personnel, and civilian employees of our Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. Let us remember that today we celebrate not only the battles won and the enemies defeated, but also the storied past of those who came before you. The men and women of the AFP who inspired you to aspire to become part of this elite organization. Let me take this opportunity to recognize your significant contributions, not only in defending our nation, but from the external and internal security threats, but also in the humanitarian and disaster response in times of natural and man-made disasters. The dependability and reliability of the AFP have been recently tested after a series of earthquakes that rocked Mindanao, from the storm and flooding that inundated of Luzon and in some areas in the Visayas. Know that your selfless service during the service times of need, the entire nation will be grateful. As this administration continues to intensify efforts to eradicate the ills that still plague our society, I trust that the AFP will also fight corruption within its walls through internal reforms that will not only improve the financial state of our soldiers, but also develop their character, competence, and capacity to fulfill their mandates. We celebrate the 84th anniversary of the AFP with optimism that the succeeding generations of uniformed personnel will foster a stronger and more dependable armed forces, as well as a safer and more secure Philippines. I am therefore asking you to remain committed to your duty as the primary force in realizing lasting peace, sustainable development across our country. I assure you of my unqualified support, especially as we continue to fight to defeat terrorism and violent extremism and insurgency, and address lingering emerging threats to our national security. The Filipino people will continue to count on you, each one of you, to remain steadfast in your noble mission to defend our sovereignty and maintain peace in our communities, and you should not fail. Magbigay lang ako ng konting either in Tagalog or Visayan or a dialect for the benefit of the rest of the Filipino people. Ang sundalo kasi natin, sundalo ng bayan at utusan ng bayan at runner ng bayan at lahat na. Kagaya nangyari sa Mindanao, may earthquake, nandoon sila. Pag magbaha, nandoon sila. Pag may pumutok na volcano, sila yung nauna. Pag may flooding, sila yung nauna. At lahat na may landslide, sila yung kukot-kot doon sa lupa. At kung may gulo, nandoon sila. If there is their order, they establish order. If there is a lawless environment, they provide stability. Ang sundalo natin, atong mga sundalo, they are everything. And that is why you should love your soldier. Tayong mga Pilipino, tulungan natin. At isa pang kalaban natin na sumisira sa buhay natin ay itong mga terorista. Kasali na ang NPA, kasali na ang mga kidnap or ransom, nandyan sa hulo, ang Abu Sayyaf at lahat na. At ang utos ko sa kanila, at pag sila'y lumaban, durugin para matapos na ang problema ng Pilipino. We are fighting a war. And mind you, let me correct every Tom, Dick, and Harry who are idiots. By their name, you should know them. Alam mo, we are fighting for the survival of our nation. We have to make safe. We have to assure that the next generation will be freed of these vagaries of life, especially itong droga, for it will affect the quality of our nation tomorrow. We cannot afford to get something like 1/4 of the population disoriented, insane because of drugs. It is our sworn duty to protect them. And that is why I declared war. War is war. Itong droga is worldwide. It is not limited to any country or its borders. It is almost seamless. At lahat nagdudusa. Huwag nating hayaan ang mga anak natin. Kasi ako, may mga apo na. Kayo, may mga apo na rin. At balang araw, mag-asawa kayo, you establish a home, you'd have children. Make sure that there will be safe and that their tomorrow will be a more comfortable one. That they do not have to kill, they do not have to spend money needlessly para paghanap nitong mga salot ng bayan. Try to make this country as peaceful as it can ever be. Ako sa utos ko na yan, na ubusin ninyo sila. Sabihin ko sa inyo, time and again, I take full legal responsibility for it. I and I alone. Kung sakali man will go to prison, you can enjoy your freedom. I will take the risk. I am old. I am disposable. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
So yun muna mga boss, huwag mo kalimutan mag-like and subscribe sa ating channel para laging updated ka sa latest video natin mga boss. Thank you.